Hey guys, Magenta is back here today again with another Future Card Buddyfight deck profile, and this time it's a deck profile of my Legend World Asgard deck. It's a pretty old deck, but I just ever since its release I liked it, and I got it from trading with others. So this deck is a combo deck. So of course there's an OP combo that can just one-shot your opponent if you're lucky enough, and if you survive until the combo, that is. So let's get on with the deck profile itself, and at the towards the end of the video I will demonstrate the combo. So let's get on the deck. So Legend World, and our buddy monster is Corpse Swallower Hraesvelgr. Yeah, whatever. Alright, so just size 2 monster with okay stats, 5k power, 6k defense, and 1 critical. When this card enters the field, you may discard a card from your hand. If you do, draw a card. So the really good part is that it allows you to cycle your deck. So of course, in a combo deck, the main part of the combo deck is you have to get the combo pieces before you can pull off your combo. Hence, the cycling means which is constantly drawing your deck is really important. Alright, so size 3 monsters, 4 copies of Demon Wolf Fenrir, size 3 monster with 5 gauge, and its skill, this card on the field is not affected by the effects of Gleipnir and can attack. Gleipnir is a set spell that allows you to call size 3 monsters when the spell is destroyed. So size 3 monster, 6 critical, 10k power, really good. 4 copies, it's one of the combo pieces. And 2 copies of Iceblade Astrocus, cost 4 gauge, size 3 monster, 10k mirror stats, and 4 critical. When this card is discarded from your hand, you may pay 2 gauge. If you do call this card from a drop zone without paying its call cost. Basically, its 4 gauge call cost becomes 2 gauge, which is really good. It's also another combo piece. It's either you use Fenrir with Gleipnir, or you straight up discard the Astrocus from your hand. So either way, you're gonna have a huge monster followed by a couple of Iceblade Jokers to finish off your opponent. Alright, 4 copies of our buddy monster to cycle the deck. When he enters the field, discard a card from your hand and draw a card. That's the size 2. That's the only size 2. And size 1, we run 4 copies of Frost Giant Hrimthus. Basically just a vanilla monster as filler. I mean, it would be good. Early game, 1000 rapier stats, just hit your opponent or get rid of some monsters, I guess. That's the only size 1 as well. Basically, the main combo requires size 3s and size 0s only. So it really doesn't matter about the other things, as long as you cycle and you get your combo pieces right. Alright, size 0, 3 copies of Valkyrie All-Knowing Alwido. The cards you cast with Great Spell and its card name cannot be nullified. When this card is discarded from your hand, increase your gauge by 1 and draw a card. So, pretty good. And of course, it synergizes well with the discard in general. And also you can have him on the field if you are afraid of your spells being nullified. Alright, 3 copies of Loki the Urges. When this card enters the field, put all souls from a card on the field into its owner's drop zone. This card's super amazing. It's good for part of your combo, which is the Great Spell Fimbulwinter, which is a set spell with soul. So you can destroy the soul with this. And of course, another use would be to just get rid of soul of your opponent's cards. Like maybe you're up against a Danger World Ace deck, so you just destroy all the souls from the Ace deck, or Star Dragon World, whatever, just get rid of the soul. So 3 copies. And lastly, 4 copies of Iceblade Joker. Call cost, pay 3 gauge. When this card is discarded from your hand, you may pay 1 gauge. If you do, call this card from a drop zone without paying its call cost. So basically 1 gauge when it's discarded. So 6k power 2 crit, 3k defense, really good. And of course, this is another combo piece. So that's it for the monsters. Really do not need a lot of monsters. So items, 4 copies of Rune Staff, pay 1 gauge. You don't have to pay the life in the cast cost of cards you use with Great Spell. Rest this card, increase your gauge by 1. So the first turn, basically this card is free. You pay 1 gauge and you get the gauge back by resting this card, and subsequent turns you're just getting free gauge from it. 4 copies, really good item, especially the huge gauge usage from this deck. Right, 2 copies of damage control, just a spell to reduce damage by discarding cards. Of course, we have cards that synergize well when discarded, so damage control is a pretty decent card. 2 copies of Berserk Guard, basically powers up the monsters. That's good enough. 2 copies, and 2 copies of Brethren Guard, nullify spellcasts, and of course you can return this to your hand by if you have a Berserk Guard in the drop zone. So there's 2 copies. Really, those aren't the important stuff. 4 copies of Holy Grail just to save yourself, protect yourself in the early game, so you make it to your combo. And now getting on to the actual combo pieces. So let's get on with Gleipnir. 4 copies of Gleipnir. Alright, so Gleipnir, basically this is Demon Wolf Fenrir. Cast cost, put a size 3 monster from a drop zone into this card. So if this card will be destroyed, may call monsters from this card so without paying its call cost. For this turn, those monsters cannot attack. So basically you can call multiple monsters if you manage to get multiple monsters into this card soul, which is not quite possible, but calling a size 3 without call cost is good enough. This is the main combo piece when you destroy it with Great Spell Ragnarok later. Alright, so 4 copies of Great Spell Fimbulwinter. This is the spell with soul. Of course, really nothing to it. Basically why we run this card is because the next card, Great Spell Ragnarok, requires Great Spell Fimbulwinter without soul on your field, so as to restrict this card, otherwise it's going to be really strong. Alright, Fimbulwinter, when this card, at the beginning of the turn, put a card from his soul into a drop zone. When the number of cards in its soul becomes 0, draw a card. And we have Great Spell Ragnarok. Pay 3 gauge, pay 2 life, discard all cards from your hand and your opponent's hand, nullify all abilities monster on the field, and destroy all cards on the field. Basically, it's a field wipe for both players. And yeah, if you have your combo set up, you can just kill off your opponent straight, because all fighters discard all cards from your hand and your opponent's hand, which means your opponent does not have any defensive capabilities. So if you manage to add up your crit equal to your opponent's life, then that's it, you killed your opponent. Simple. Alright, so let's get on with the main combo. So there's 2 variants of the combo, of course. So the first combo is when you have Fenrir. Okay, so main combo pieces. So simple. Okay, I took out all the main combo pieces. Alright. So what you want is a Gleipnir on your field, a set spell, and Fimbulwinter without any soul. And of course your Fenrir would be in Gleipnir soul. So you have like this. This is your ideal setup for your set spells. And of course you cast Great Spell Ragnarok, and you destroy all the cards on the field. Destroy. Gleipnir allows you to call your size 3. And basically you want up to 2 Ice Blade Jokers in your hand. So you call both of them to your left and right, or wherever you want to call it actually. So you can call your Fenrir to your left or right or whatever. So basically you're going to end up with 2 size 0 and 1 size 3 monster. Okay. So the crit add up, the critical add up to 10, so it's 6 and 2 and 2. So this is the first combo. It requires Gleipnir. So otherwise, if you do not wish to have Gleipnir, you think it's troublesome, so yeah, you can just have Fimbulwinter without Soul and you cast Great Spell Ragnarok. And of course, for this other combo, you're gonna need Ice Blade Extra Cast in your hand. So basically, you're gonna end up with size 3 and more size 0s as well. So still the same formation generally, but of course, Astral Cast only has 4 criticals instead of Fenrir's 6 criticals. So that's the main difference. And of course, you do not require Gleipnir to set this up. So 2 combos. This adds up to 8 criticals, still really potent if you manage to deal at least 2 damage to your opponent in the early game. So generally this deck, as long as you draw the combo pieces, you're not gonna be in deep shit. Otherwise, you could be in trouble. So I think that's it for the deck profile today. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like down below to show me some support. If you're new to my channel, subscribe if you'd like to see more Buddyfight deck profiles, card reviews, stuff like that. So yeah, until the next video, goodbye, take care, see you again, bye.